Today I'll be talking about my FMS Ranger autonomous plane conversion. So to make this plane autonomous, I actually repaired it after a crash I had with the plane, replacing the prop to add a flight controller that runs Ardupilot software. So this allows me to connect the plane to Mission Planner on my laptop and plan autonomous missions, as well as have stabilized modes and different modes that help me fly the plane a bit easier. So the main autopilot system on this plane is Pixhawk 2.4.8. So this system has an IMU built in, but additionally I also attached a couple of sensors as well. You can see on top there I have the GPS module. So this obviously provides the positioning data. Inside here is the battery tray. You can see this is the power module. So this goes in line with the connection to the ESC and provides power to the flight controller. So you can take this wing off. So inside here you can see the Pixhawk. So this flight controller in the top over here is connected to all the servo outputs, including the ailerons, elevator, and rudder, as well as the throttle. And so those servo outputs are getting their input from the radio receiver right here. So this is a FlySky receiver that, because the autopilot module only supports S-Bus, I have a PPM encoder that takes the discrete inputs from the receiver and encodes it into an S-Bus signal that I can then plug into the Pixhawk. So that's how it receives each signal. Additionally, you can see the sensors that are wired up. There's a USB connector, there's power, a power switch, and then these two cables are for the GPS module. And so the way that I that I built this platform is I took a sheet of foam board, and there's two ledges inside of the plane. So after cutting the foam board to a certain width, I was able to slide that foam board on top because beneath that is a rudder servo, so I didn't want to mess with that. And so it's sort of floating in the fuselage if you think about it. And I was able to place the Pixhawk on top of that and receive um, enough space to plug in all the cables necessary. On the left, you can see the telemetry module. I mounted it right below the wing, so you're not really able to see it at all times, but the antenna's outside, so it has good signal strength. And overall, the plane, it flies really well with the Ardupilot module, especially since it already flies so good on its own. But having the Ardupilot module makes it even better, as it's able to fly in different modes, and you're able to plan missions with it, including specific GPS coordinates or different locations. So that's just an overview of my FMS Ranger, which I converted with Pixhawk 2.4.8. And let me know if you guys have any questions.